Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
So the longer you've been in the workforce, the longer you've been working, the more you have like this office jargon or jargon in your own industry.
Yeah, every industry has its own jargon.
Sure.
And like acronyms.
And corporate speak. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so many acronyms.
The acronyms.
Oh my gosh. You can play drinking games with the acronyms in our industry. But anyway, I will say this. We touched on it in 3 Things to Know this week. So if you are new in the workforce or new to a certain, whatever, even younger workers are saying they don't know what some of this stuff means. Office jargon that new workers don't know. Like, should we be saying this anymore? So one of them, Murphy, one of the top ones is in the pipeline. When something is in the pipeline, they don't know what that means. New office workers.
Yeah, I guess so. A pipeline is a workflow, but that's really sort of an oil field term. That's what they mean when it's in the pipeline.
It's something is being worked on and planned, but it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
It's in the pipeline.
Coming.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Do you use that one? I don't hear you say that much.
No, I don't really use that one.
I feel like I know what it means.
So the pipeline means you put something at the beginning, and when it finally comes out, it's ready. That's I guess. I would think pipeline's a workflow. But
in the pipeline to me means it's started, it's coming, but it's not ready.
Yes, right.
Okay. What's so funny is Murphy's more likely to. This is what's cool. You're more likely to use the newer, because you'll hear it before we do. Murphy's connected.
Yeah.
Murphy's connected up.
He's done that before too. He's thrown something at us. I'm thinking, I haven't heard that one yet. Must be going around now. Or something.
Oh, really? A new one?
Yeah.
You were the first person that I heard, and this is not new anymore, but you were the first person I ever heard say I don't have the bandwidth for something.
Yeah, bandwidth is kind of that's a term that takes IT. I don't know that it's over with. I still hear people using it.
Okay.
Bandwidth and scaling, man. Those are the names of the game in 2026.
Here's one that I would assume everybody would know what it means, but there are some new workers who don't know what it means to touch base or why we're saying base. They like to circle back or they like to follow up.
I like to do all three. I'm fine with touching base, circling back, and following up.
Anyway, touching base, by the way, means to have a quick chat or catch up with somebody. You're just touching base. To me, it was a baseball term.
Yeah, I think it's a baseball term, right?
Yeah. Touch base. You're out on the road doing sales calls, but touch base with the office and let us know how you're doing, that you're doing,
Well, and you're touching base really to make sure that you're safe, right? I mean, that's what's keeping.
Is it a safety thing?
That's kind of what I would think. If you're touching base with somebody, you're basically you're making sure that you've communicated before you head out on something else, so that everybody's
so that you're all on the same page. That's another.
Yeah, that's right. That's another one. Yeah.
Remember when we used to have the game as kids or tag or whatever? There was always a base involved there.
Yeah,
you had to touch base to be safe.
Yeah. Like base, home base.
Base.
Yeah, so maybe it is not just baseball. Maybe it is just a home base thing, a base of operations.
Okay. I don't know the origins of it, and I'm not going to dig into them. The other one, here's another one. Younger people or new people in offices don't know what it is to put something on the back burner. You ever hear that one? These are not things that I hear you say a lot, Murphy, so congrats.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
These are old standards, yeah.
This is what makes the English language so difficult for other people to learn when it's not their first language primary, because the back burner, in a literal translation is really about the stove. That's what it is. You put something on the back burner on the stove while you're working on the things on the front. Because there are front burner issues too, you know that. Everything's not on the back burner.
The things that are most important are front burner issues.
Yes, that's right, exactly.
I did hear Murphy say something in here the other day that I didn't know if I'm not sitting on my hands, he said. Or let's not sit on our hands.
Oh,
remember that?
I don't know if that's a corporate term. That's,
really? It's a figure of speech.
Yeah.
It means you're not doing anything.
You're right. All of these are actually bigger than them just being words. They all become figures of speech that we literally have no, idea of. And then there's some acronyms that you can't really explain from an HR standpoint these days. FUBAR, which is a term that came out of World War II. Yeah. You can't really, in a conference room, you're probably not. No, I've not. I've heard some people say it, but
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's but it's beyond all recognition.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, let's stick with the other one. Hit the ground running.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of know what that means. It means you start on a project and you hope to see, immediate impact. You hit the ground running. I feel like that in the morning. I feel like I hit the ground running in the morning.
Yeah, we do hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Boom. It's a lot of work in the first few hours of our lives.
I think some of the terms that get thrown around are, they're also financial terms. Where you'll hear somebody, that's not good for the P&L. Well, if somebody doesn't know what a P&L is, which is a profit and loss statement.
Oh, see, I would 100% ask what that means.
I do now with acronyms because I don't want to chance anything. It's far worse to nod your head and think that you know what you're talking about, and then you realize you've acknowledged something you shouldn't be, or whatever.
Yeah, that's when you pull out your phone and Google.
That's right.
But it depends on when and where. So I was on one of the big calls this week. And there was an acronym that was thrown out that I didn't know. I almost texted Sam.
Which one?
I don't remember now, but I wasn't going to ask in the middle of like hundreds of people on a call.
Yeah.
He would have hated that, Murphy.
Well,
I can't remember it now, but yeah, I mean, always ask, but don't ask and slow down 100 people to ask that.
Yeah.
It's a situational
I've had those on conference calls before, and I usually you know what? I'm going to ask Murphy what that one
right.
means
Always
tomorrow.
ask Murphy later.
Yeah.
All right, here's one. Let's take this offline.
Yeah.
To continue a discussion privately.
That's a corporate buzz phrase right there.
Like after the meeting, you'll put that in the chat. Let's take this offline.
Pull me aside. Let's talk
between
about
the two of us.
Yeah. Don't need to talk about it during the group. That takes up everybody else's time.
Have you said that? Take this offline?
I don't know that I try to avoid the when it slides from professional to jargony. I really do try to avoid it.
I know you try to avoid it, but you are also more in that world than any of us, and I think you're more likely to spit jargon.
Well, sometimes it's shorter to say. You could tell somebody, are you just going through the motions, or do you just say you're checking the box?
Okay, yeah.
You heard that one? A box is next to the to-do list. That's where that one comes from.
Going through the motions is also one. So you've come up with one for one that already existed.
Right. Well, but that one's going around. There are a lot of people talking about checking the box these days. Yeah, I know.
Here's an older one we've heard forever: push the envelope.
Yeah.
Challenging limits.
Now,
trying to do something innovative. Push the envelope.
I don't understand that one. I know what it means, but pushing an envelope. What envelope am I pushing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you tend to think postage envelope, and maybe it's the more literal term of the word envelope, which means you're pushing the borders, the boundaries. Okay. Because when you envelop something, right? Aren't you
deep thinker?
Isn't that what an envelope does? It envelops
You're right. Okay. Whoa.
But again, the more that we move to a digital world, anything that's print related can be a little bit challenging.
That's right.
I saw that in black and white.
Yeah.
I have two more. Move the needle. Make a noticeable difference, a significant impact. That's what it means, but to move the needle. But when somebody's saying, let's move the needle, not everybody really knows what that means.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because that's a perfect example of you say it and you don't really know its origins, but you kind of know what it means. But the needle is just a gauge. So if you think about a speedometer and the needle in your car, the old school, not the digital kind today with the numbers, any gauge that has a needle on it is moved. So when an action is taken, it moves the needle.
Okay, so understand something. A needle to me is not a gauge in a car. A needle to me is something that makes me bleed.
Yeah,
or sewing,
or a needle on a record, like your vinyl, Murphy. I don't know. Well, a needle is different to the recipient.
Yeah, the alternate version of that, to moving the needle is moving the meter.
Right.
Same thing. And moving the meter is the same concept. It's just the digital version of it, I guess.
It's an upgrade.
Right, yeah.
Right. Right. My favorite one that I have not really heard, but as soon as I saw it, it's like, yeah, that sounds like corporate jargon. Blue sky thinking.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Well, it's based on the book.
Oh, of course.
There's a book called The Blue Sky.
He knows this stuff.
And so here's truth be told on this. I have not read that entire book. So if somebody were to say that, I mean, I don't really know what that means. I think blue sky thinking is like,
I can give you a definition.
Thinking unbounded. Is that what it is, basically?
Coming up with ambitious or imaginative ideas without worrying about practical constraints.
Okay.
Blue sky thinking.
Well, it's certainly easier to say blue sky than that. So.
Blue sky thinking.
Somebody has thrown out ideas without
thinking of the logistics. Yeah. Like how many people is it going to take for us to get this done? So all that.
I forget how many of these actually do come from books.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of that. When you hear people talk about, that's the long tail. Have you heard that corporate term?
No.
TAIL or TALE?
Yeah, the TAIL.
Oh, I was hoping for a TALE.
That's another book, the long tail economy, I think what it was, and I'm going to screw this up too. Basically, it has to do with, I think, the trailing effect of something big that you do, and I don't know if it's how it's long term or what. Anyway, as you can see, if somebody were to use that term on me right now, it would not register. I would actually have to Google that to see what it is. But and so many of those buzz phrases come from pop culture moment too.
Yeah.
I think of things like it's still used today. Jump the shark.
Oh God!
And in a meeting, I don't know that anybody really knows what "jump the shark" means anymore.
I wouldn't
because
say that
it's
anymore.
outdated. And
it's Happy Days.
Yeah, it's the TV show from the 1970s called Happy Days. I might have been 4 years old when that was, that episode happened. But it's when the
here we
just
go.
makes it sound old right away. So it's the episode where the Fonz decides that he's going to be
jump over a
on
shark.
Skis, and he's going to jump over a shark. Is that what it is? No, or he's in the motorcycle.
No. The motorcycle was done in the parking lot of Owls.
Can't believe you guys are talking about this.
The skiing was he jumped a shark on skis.
Right.
And the reason that Jump the Shark is people were like, okay,
they've gone too far.
This series has been played out. They're
It's
out
over.
of story ideas. They got Fonzie jumping sharks.
Yeah, so they've taken it too far now. And so that's really what Jump the Shark means. But that's one to me that in a room, you don't even have to be a new employee. You can be 40 years old and not know what that is. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of those old phrases they just carry because they get used in offices and boardrooms and books and everything.
Yeah.
And then they still wind up in our lexicon today.
Here's another one. That's so Pollyanna.
Oh, I love that one, though. Yeah. I get it. I've been accused of that.
Well, at least they've made that movie a couple of times. So
Have they made it more than once?
Yeah. Didn't they remake Pollyanna?
I don't know.
Am I wrong
love
about
that original Haley Mills.
Haley Mills is the only one I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
I would love a new Pollyanna, except I'd like it to end differently. Anyway.
What about low-hanging fruit?
Low-hanging fruit. I know what that means. It just means you're only going for what's obviously right there. You're not really reaching.
The easy stuff.
It's the easiest thing.
It's the easy stuff, yeah. I'll tell you the one, it's not really a workplace one, but it's one just in life that I never understood until I guess someone had to explain it to me. I never knew what people meant by, it's apples and oranges.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, they're fruit. They're both fruit. Why are we?
They're different fruit.
I didn't know that people were saying they were different. At one point, I thought, oh, they're the same. So I got it completely wrong when people would use that on me.
Wow, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's apples and oranges. Exactly.
I love them both.
And we would have this circular conversation because to me, they're both fruit.
Yeah.
Round and at the grocery store or from a tree. So tell me what. So someone's intention is that it's completely different, but I saw them as similar.
That's interesting to me because Jodi, to me, you are much better at metaphors than I am.
I am.
Jodi can read poetry and take the meaning out immediately. Jodi can listen to the lyrics of a song, get the meanings immediately. To me, when something is more metaphorical than straight up, it's difficult for me to wrap my head around. For the longest time, until somebody explained to me, this wasn't just explained to me yesterday for the record. I was a teenager. The term 6 of one, half dozen the other.
Oh, I understood that immediately.
I didn't.
I was like 5 years old, and I was like, oh, do the math.
In fact, I think I botched it,
Aw.
I think I said 6 of one, 7 of the other, something like whatever it was.
But see, that's funny.
That's a baker's dozen, isn't it?
It is.
But anyway, but until somebody explained to me, no, you see, it's funny. That's people say this in jest because it's, either or. It's 6 of one or half dozen of the other, which is the same number. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's not apples and oranges.
That's
No,
my
it's not
apples and
apples and
oranges.
oranges,
You got
right.
one, Sam, that you never understood that jumps to mind? I mean, you're
all
pretty
of these,
clever.
All of these. I just want to say, Jodi, you were talking about Murphy using these or on the cutting edge of these.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever hear you use those unless it's in jest.
Thankfully.
I try not to use them either unless it's a joke.
You're not one
Yeah.
to jump from the frying pan to the fire.
It's just not in me to speak that way.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, and there are
think-
some of them that I think are just downright gross,
Like?
Swallow the frog. It's like,
What's that
okay.
mean?
Never heard that
I've
one.
never heard. That's an older one. It just means you got to do the difficult things sometimes. But to me, it's like, that's disgusting. I almost gag thinking about it.
I did hear one that I never really heard before called boil the ocean.
Which is an impossible thing.
Yeah.
That's what that means. I've
It's
never
an
heard
impossible task. You're bringing up. You're boiling the ocean.
that. No,
Or you can't.
Oh,
you
it's
can't
pointless.
do that. Yeah.
Okay.
no. I mean, I've heard putting lipstick on a pig.
What does
make
that
the pig
mean?
doesn't make the pig look any prettier.
Aw,
it's
I
actually there are a
disagree.
couple that fit in that same column. There's lipstick on a pig, putting a Band-Aid on things. I mean, it's really aren't those the same kind of things. Right?
So funny.
You're not solving the problem.
No,
you're just trying to make a
You're
bad
just putting
thing
lipstick on a
better.
pig.
Yeah, there's
It's funny
I've heard one
that-
involving a Snickers candy bar, the same thing, but we won't say that one here.
Oh, well,
It's actually turning something else into a Snickers bar.
Oh, okay. I think that's enough. I think we wrapped it
it's
up.
like there's something else that you can turn into chicken salads.
Yeah, and it's also something you can polish too.
Good luck at work with all the jargon.